Coming through with the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Hey boo. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, what it do. Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Strength in you. Coming through. Strength in you. Coming through. Hey boo. Hey boo. Hey. Yeah, little technical difficulties. I'm still adjusting to my situation. But happy Monday. You made it, honey love. We done made it through the weekend. Something to be proud about. Everybody didn't get the opportunity to wake up this morning. So I'm saying be happy, be grateful. You made it. Happy Monday. I look a little dark. I'm stuck in my room right now, y'all. So bear with your sister, bear with a girl. I'm about to try to get as bright as I can be, but I don't know. Hold on. Let me see how I can make this move real quick because you got to be able to see all of me. But today it's going to be one of them kind of shows because as you can see, you got your girl Juicy, Strength, Cynthia Joy, like all them people. I'm right here. Hey, boo. Hey, girl. Hey, woo woo. So I got a show for y'all today. And of course, I got my flashcards from the urban intellectual people that's teaching me about Black history. But of course, I don't want to just talk about my history. I want to talk about all history because it's important. But that's not what today's show is about. Today's show is about us just living, basically. And in living, we got to repeat cycles. And for me, as a stroke survivor, I got to repeat like exercises and affirmations and everything just to kind of keep myself grounded and keep my recovery not going up, not plateauing. So, okay. But the point of it is, we all have cycles that we have to repeat. And if you don't make it fun, it's going to end up a chore. And if it turns into a chore, then you're going to find yourself not wanting to do it, resenting what you got to do. So that's what today's topic is all about. But before we even go into topic, we got to get our education on. Yeah, that word wasn't real. But again, you got to make it fun. So since you see me every Monday, I got to make it as fun as I know how. Oh, wait. Let me look like somebody love me. But so let's do our word of the day. Let's start there because that's important because we got to grow. And in order to grow, we got to learn new things. So the word of the day, don't wait, educate. The word of the day, don't wait, educate. Okay, so this new word, I don't know what this word is, but of course, I like to learn with you. So we're going to learn together because I like to be right there in the midst. You catch my rawness of me messing up stuff. So it looks like this word is bunbarian. Bunbarian. Let's find out.
Bun burying.
Oh, bunbarian.
Bun burying.
Bunbarian. See, okay. Let's find out. So it's a humorous word and avoiding one's duties and responsibilities by claiming to have an appointment to see a fictitious person. Okay, so they're telling me they lying. Basically, you've been lying. So that's what this word means. Let's see. Sentences. My boss wait. My boss had a habit of burying out of his obligations to meet the CEO each time she visited our office. As a student, I tried burying my way out of an exam, but my teacher didn't believe me. So he tried to lie about it. Okay, so for me, let me see. My sentence, please, 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 I encourage you to put your sentences up because I would love to read them because it's just me and you today, boo. And while I'm talking about it, I want you to head over to that YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel, Strength in You. Yes, boo, come through with it. But yeah, example. Okay. Um, when it comes to back in the day before I had my stroke, I would burying my way out the doctor's office. No, I would before I had my stroke, I would burying my way from taking that medication because I was tired of feeling like a guinea pig, not realizing that medicine is trial and error and you got to figure out what's working for you. So that's my word. Burying. I didn't even put it in the banner thing today, but it don't matter because you know what it is. It's just me. But also, let me see. I'm gonna do one more sentence for barbarian. Um, Let's see, one more sentence for Barbarian. It's so painful to wear these types of gadgets because of my stroke. So I been burying my way out of it for years, but it self sabotaged me and I didn't grow much. So I got to start wearing my braces. I'm back in it, doing what's necessary to get through to strengthen you because I'm never going to heal if I keep finding a reason why I shouldn't do something or taking the pain as the reason why I'm not doing something. Pain brings pleasure, but you got to be able to go through it in order to get to the other side. So I don't have my king here today, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with his young
When you
motivation.
motivate, you elevate. It's motivation time. When you motivate, you elevate. It's motivation time.
Okay, so this is from King Wisdom. He have a quote for you. It's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is consistently trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't read that right. Let's do it again. To be yourself in a world that is consistently trying to make you something else is a great accomplishment. That's true advice. This world is busy trying to make you be somebody other than who you are. So it's important that you just love the person that you are. Speak love, speak life, speak truth into you, knowing that this world can determine who you are. Only you can. So that is our motivation time. Don't never give in to giving up on you. Be yourself naturally, beautifully, wonderfully made. Yes. Okay. So also guys, as I tell you all the time, we do history every week. And it's not just about Black history. I share my history because that's my history. But I would love to be able to share your history. So please, please, please start sending us a little bit of your history because I want to put it out there because I think all history is important. And that's one way that we can get to learn each other is from history, right? So let's get into a little bit of history.
What's your history? Cause mine's a mystery. Let's uncover it and try to see.
As you see, I'm the jingle queen. I make up stuff for everything. But no, real talk, what's your history? Because my history is still a mystery and I'm really trying to learn. That's why Urban Intellectuals, I got this deck. I got all the decks to be real with you because I'm trying to learn because school only teach us what they want us to know and they only talk about the same people over and over again, not saying their history is important. I'm just saying it's more to our history than Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Marcus Garvey, like all the people that you hear about on a regular basis is more to our history than that. So I encourage you guys to put it out there because that's how we're going to grow and be able to accept one another when we learn how conjoined our histories really are. That we're really intertwined more than anybody know. So if you really take a step back and try to find out what your history is, you'll be amazed. But anyway, so since it's just me today, guys, I got 4 cards for you because I'm gonna keep it lit. We're gonna talk about Angela Davis. We're gonna talk about John Henrik Clark. We're gonna talk about John Horse. He looked like he's of Indian descent. It looks like, but that's just a picture. We're gonna find out. And then we're gonna talk about Jomo Kenyatta. I don't know who none of you. I heard of Angela Davis. I kind of know who she is. I think she was an activist. She's still alive though. I know that. So let's talk about her a little bit. Angela Davis. Bow, 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 bow. Angela. Okay. So Angela, oh yeah, she was a political activist. I knew that. See, yay. So, and keep in mind, I am producing this and doing all this all by my own self. So, hey, David, bear with your girl. Anyway, Angela Davis was a political activist. She was also an academic scholar and an author. So she also was the leader of the Communist Party USA in the 1960s. She was an advocate for prisoner rights. She co-founded Critical Renaissance. Nope, I lied. She co-founded Critical Resistance, an organization working to abolish the prison industry complex. Also, she was a member of the Communist Party led to former governor of California, Ronald Reagan request. In 1969, they brought her to teaching at the university in California. So that is beautiful. Like Angela Davis did some things we didn't even know about. Also, she conducted research on feminism, African American studies, critical theory, uh, Marxism, popular music, and social consciousness. She also, last thing, was twice a candidate for vice president on the Communist Party USA ticket during the 1980s. So she was almost somebody president. She would have been the first one, but nevertheless, Angela Davis rocked. Okay, that was one of our history queens. Know what I mean? On the scene. Ow. Okay. Again, just like this topic is talking about, you got to make it fun. If you don't make it fun, it's just going to be a chore and it's going to be boring. It's just going to be blah. So I'm trying to not make this blah because nobody really likes learning history because history is usually sad, especially in our community. But if you make it fun and you just take in the fact that you're learning something great about your people, then, it won't be so bad. But let's get into it. This is Jomo Kenyatta. I hope I'm saying his name right. He was born October 20th, 1891, and died August 22nd, 1978. I'm going to have to go back and tell y'all when Angela was born because I didn't, and I'm sorry. But anyway, he was Jomo. I'm going to let you keep seeing him while I'm telling you what Jomo, who he is. He's a Kenyan politician. He became Kenya's first president and considered founding father of the Kenyan nation. He led Kenyan African National Union delegation to the first and second Lancaster Conference in London, where Kenyan's independent constitution was negotiated in 1960 and in 1962. Also, Jomo supported reconciliation and consistently asked white settlers not to leave Kenya. So again, we just be trying to, I love us. We be trying to invite everybody in. We don't be trying to kick nobody out. Just come on in. It's a party. Come through, boo. Also, he oversaw peaceful and reform process, Kenya's admission into the United Nations, and established institutions of independent Kenya. Jomo, yes, Jomo, come through trying to get all the good stuff in. Hey, nah, I love this joy. Hey, thank you, boo. I'm trying because education is everywhere. Great information. Thank you, honey. Everywhere you go, you can get information and education. It's just about you and perceiving the things that you want to do. Okay, let's get it in. Two more, guys. Two more, and then we're going to get into the topic because this is going to be a good one. And I would love for you to get involved deep in this because, again, all of us repeat cycles and they tedious. So it's much. But anywho, John Henrik Clark. He was born January 1st, New Year's, 1915, and he died July 16th, 1998. Wow. So he made it to be 83 years old. That is amazing. John Henrik Clark. He was a Pan-Africanist writer, historian, and a professor. He was a pioneer in the creation of Africana studies and professional institution and academia starting in the late 1960s. See how I mess up words live and I don't care about it because I'm human like everybody else. Everything ain't going to be perfect, but it's perfect for me because I'm trying. That's all that matters. Okay. John was also, he founded the African Heritage Studies Association and the Black Caucus of the African Studies Association in 1968. He challenged the views of academic historians and helped to shift the way African history was studied and taught. We should have kept this going because we needed to do more with that. Anyway, also he actively deconstructed the lies, propaganda, and miseducation of white supremacy via lectures, debates, academic research, and books. So I actually want to go find some of his stuff because if he put the truth out there, because I know a lot of books wasn't written by actual us. So then they told the stories from their perspective and things like that. So it'll be kind of cool to hear some of his lectures. So I might have to go dig up some stuff and see what I find. And also, he met and mentored many of the great minds throughout the African diaspora. One of his landmark works is a documentary called, go look for this documentary, y'all. It's called A Great and Mighty Walk. And it's about his life and the history of Africans throughout time and across the globe. Okay, yes. So that's some more information that Mr. John Henry Clark is out there sharing his knowledge of his African history. And I know that they call us African American, but all of us didn't come from Africa. But most of our ancestors probably did. So that's why it's important to us. Anyway, let's get it. We got John Horse. Wait a minute. I'm trying to do two things at once. Hey, boo. Thank you, honey. Perfect. Okay. John Horse, guys. I told you he looked it up, native descent. But we come in all kind of forms, right? That's the beauty of being us. 1812, that's when he was born, to 1882. They don't have months on here because they probably not sure, and that's okay. But he is a black, wait, hold on. A black Somali leader. He helped renew resistance in the Second Somali War with two dramatic escapes in 1837. He served as a U.S. Army scout in Florida, helped negotiate and surrender of more than 500 Native Americans in 1838. He led the largest mass slave escape in U.S. history from Oklahoma to Mexico. I never heard about this person, but he did this. He founded free black settlements in Oklahoma and in Mexico in 1849 and again in 1851. See, history that you don't know about. This is why it's important that you dig up your own history and find out what's going on. And for the last thing, and I'm sure ain't the least, but he secured the communal title for the black Somalis to their land grant in Mexico, where descendants still live today. Wow, that is our history time for the day. Good job. We learned some things about our culture and our people, and that was amazing, and it always feels good. And again, I'm going to encourage you to share your history, shine a light on your people, because that's important. We know so much negativity about our history that we don't know enough positive. So we need to start doing that and finding it for ourselves. So I encourage you to find that history. And I also want to remind you to go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Strengthen You, and then click that bell in the corner so you can get the notifications of when we're about to go live. But let's get in tune with the young topic of the day, y'all, because we're talking about repeating cycles, like being a stroke survivor. I have daily routines that I have to stretch, and I have to exercise my leg and my arm, and I have to do certain things so I don't lose range of motion. But in doing that, it becomes depressing because you find you're just living your life for stroke, or you just living your life and not really living your life. You're existing in a life, just trying to make sure you do what's necessary so you can recover. But it becomes just, I don't want to do this no more. And it doesn't serve a real purpose. And it makes you demotivated, unmotivated, just a lack of wanting to do any of that. Hey, Rosanna, how you doing, boo? So when you're doing that, it's important to make sure everything you're doing, you make just a little bit of fun. And that's why you see some time on here, I do crazy things, because number one, you don't want to just look at me talking at you all day. You want some action, you want something fun, you want some energy, right? So even when you're working out, you have to bring energy, whether it's in the music you're listening to, whether it's the people you're working out with. Like, it comes in different forms, but you definitely have to make it fun, because you will be depressed, and depression makes you not want to move, and don't nobody want to do that, because again, it's not helping your recovery. So I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you do to make your recovery fun? I know for me, I be silly, I act up, I find my handy capableness, and I get to talking about stroke twerking, and I just I don't know, try to make light of a situation. I was in my kitchen yesterday and I was sliding through my wheelchair and I'm all with my son like, call me Captain, what I say? Call me Captain Handy Capable or something. I don't know. Captain something I said, but it was due to my capness, my capableness. And my son was like, you really making fun of yourself? But that's kind of how you got to do it sometimes, because I had a slight moment where I did cry because this is a lot. But that's why you got to make it fun. Anything you doing, even if you go to work every day, on your way to work, what you do? You turn on your music and you get your best song and you in your car and you groove it. Or if you riding with whoever you riding with, y'all get to talking crap and talking about whatever it is going on, because it's just much. And if you don't make it fun, you will hate everything it is that you got to do. Rosanna said, I like wine and the other W. Me too, girl, but you can't do it when you're working out. So how do you make how do you make it fun while you working out? You can't be working out like, let me get that wine. Like, I tried that before. I did. Don't judge me, but it dries you up and it don't help your workout. So you can't be drinking wine while you're working out. But like, for instance, when you got to stretch in the morning, how do you make your stretch fun? I act like I'm trying to grab stuff. Don't judge me, but I'll be trying to grab stuff sometimes. And I know I can't, but if I just pretend like I can, then it just makes me laugh by my own self. And that's the best laughter sometimes, when you can laugh by yourself and don't need nobody else to make you laugh. But take all of your situations, man, and make them fun. That's what this is all about, because we go through these cycles and it becomes just overwhelming, overbearing, just too much. So my boo said, hello. I'm more relaxed when I smoke. True. But some people, they smoke and they don't want to exercise. I know back in the day, I used to smoke and it actually made me want to do more stuff. And I don't know if it was because like I didn't feel like the pain. And this is before stroke and all that. Like, it just kept me happy. So I didn't feel like the pain of the workout. So I could be in there getting it and not know. But yeah, I'm saying all that to say though, everything you do, we gotta make it fun. Like, even like with your freaky side, right? If you having the same type of situations where your body don't move like it's supposed to, you better try to make it fun. You better be able to laugh with it, because I done tipped over a few times or my elbow. Things just don't always work out the way you hope they work out. So it's important that you just find humor in everything that you're going through, because life is going to keep lifing. And when it does start to just do much, what do? Like, you're in the midst of working out, or you with your therapist and like pain is hitting you. So you're like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. How do you push through that? I get to talking about myself. I get to talking about, I don't know, like when I was in the hospital, right? I didn't get to shower for like 2 days. And I got to talking about smelling like a hot pack of bologna. And I was just making random jokes, even if they weren't even true. It made me laugh. And sometimes through your recovery, you got to make yourself laugh, because I'm telling you, if you don't laugh, you would just be in pain. And don't nobody want to sit in pain. My boo say, I do more when I'm relaxed. My body moves better and gives me hope. Yes, I feel that 100%. But I realize I can't do that with the smoke, but I can eat it. Love you, baby. You're so strong, honey. You're blessed. Thank you, my love. I like to think that I'm blessed too, because it couldn't steal from me. It couldn't. Let me show y'all how I'm over here sick. This is my life right now. I got my brace. It don't let me go up, but I can go down, so I can stretch out as much as I want if it let me. But it's preventing me from going up. If you need something like this, let me know, because we're going to talk. I'm doing a few giveaways, and also I know where to get this stuff from, and I'll send you the link. So don't be ashamed and don't be afraid to reach out, because I got you. Oh, but I was still trying to show you. This is how we pushing through with that strength in you. Hold on. I'm locking my wheels, because this is why I say you got to make it fun. Because I was crying recently about this. This is a lot. I can't walk on my left leg. See? And this is my arm. So being confined, it ain't fun. So I was rolling through my kitchen like, hey! Because again, life is gonna always life. It's gonna be what it is. And it's how you accept and embrace the things that happen because it's never gonna stop happening. There's always gonna be something that make you want to either give up or be like, I ain't doing this shit no more because I'm tired. Or just tired of repeating, you know what I'm saying? Repeating what's going on. Right, cuz so don't play with it. But I can work more on. Yeah, I want that brace. Oh, girl, hit me up. We'll talk. Hit me up. But yeah, now listen, guys. The whole point of everything that I'm saying, this is not the Mio, Mayo, whatever it's called. This brace I found on Amazon. Me and my therapist was looking for stuff, and I had to put in a dynamic arm splint because my arm, my tone, spasticity is in the brain and it's really tight, and it's been breaking all the other plastic braces. But this has like a knob for you to be able to stretch it out as much as you want, and then it prevents you from going the other way. And when you get to moving, that arm like to do stuff, especially like when you're trying to have sex. When you're trying to do grown people stuff, that arm be trying to kill you and choke you out. And I'm like, no, arm, don't do it, don't do it. So I had to find something to hold it down because listen, I told you, the stroke make you want to stroke. So you got to make sure you can do it right and still get what you need from it without hurting yourself. This, I had to put it to the test. It works. It's grade A. It's beautiful. So if you need one, hit your girl up. I will tell you how to get you one because it's important that you get one. But we're just talking about cycles and repeating them and making them fun. Life has many cycles. Even going to the grocery store, right? That's a cycle, especially if you got kids. You probably find yourself in a grocery store at least once a week. And when you go, sometimes it's tedious. You just get off work. You don't want to go in here and buy no damn food. Like sometimes, excuse my language, but you be like, fuck them kids. They can figure it out. But you just be talking because you really still got to go and handle business, right? So you go to the grocery store. Instead of being mad and saying that you're there, what do you do to make it fun? For me, I have on my earbud and I be singing and people be like, I know you, and they actually be knowing me from like the next door app or whatever. But I put music on just about everywhere and everything that I do because music is like a lifesaver when you're going through the most. But again, you got to make everything that you're going through fun because life won't always be life, and I can't stress that enough. I'm just trying to make that just abundantly clear. Know and believe that life is going to always be life. And if you allow life to just take away your happiness, you're going to always be sad. You're going to have a life full of misery because you letting life take from you what you deserve. And you deserve to be happy. You deserve to smile. You deserve to just shine your light. And if you keep letting things come into your life and interfere with your light's going to dim. And I don't want that for you. I want you to make it fun, make it great, and know that there is nothing that stops you from shining but you. Another example, going to school, right? Nobody likes school, but it's a cycle that will repeat itself if you don't do what's necessary the first time, even with making it fun, right? So grammar school, high school, the first time I attempted, the second time I attempted college, like grammar school and high school was fun because I was going through a lot with the molestations and the drug addict family and just a lot of stuff that people had no idea about. You got to get my book to find out. But anyway, I was going through a lot of stuff, but people didn't even know it because I literally smiled every day. I have people hit me up all the time like, "Sant, you was fun in high school. You laughed all the time. We just had fun." And that's because I shine a different light on my pain. You can't let your pain consume you because it will literally steal from you and you won't have nothing, baby. Wait a minute. Hey, gorgeous. How you doing? Thank you, boo. But yeah, so I just, you take the things you go through. You gather your perception of what you're going through. And then you choose how you want to handle it. And I'm choosing to handle mine with comedy and with love and with inspiration and everything that's positive because I feel like we've already We've already been going through the cycle of negativity, but there's no cycle of positivity that's been going around. It's not enough of that. It's still so much darkness around us that we haven't really consumed the light yet, and we haven't figured out how to make that part fun. How is it fun to keep spreading light? That part is the best part. But I hear people that's like, "You're too happy." I've never heard that in my life. Well, no, I've heard it, but to me, it's the craziest thing to hear in my life because there shouldn't be a such thing as too happy. There shouldn't be a such thing as too much energy. Like, that's just letting you know the world we live in is so used to sadness. They're so used to negativity. They're so used to hurt. They're so used to aggression that when you get genuine positivity and when you get genuine love and you get genuine care, it's seen as crazy or not normal. But I'm here to tell you it's very normal. It's very normal to want to be positive. It's very normal to want to consume yourself with a light that's other than what's being displayed because there's more to this world than that. But anyway, I'm going to come back on the topic, but I want to talk about a few things while I'm remembering because this is very important. And I figure I have to do more of what I said I want to do, which is raise awareness about this thing so we can break the cycle, and hopefully nobody else or not too many more people have to experience what I'm going through.
Let's raise awareness, you see. Why? Because prevention is key.
Okay, guys, I'm getting up my stuff. I got some notes that I've been taking because I haven't talked enough. I talk enough about stroke, but that ain't what we focus at. I just want to put some things out there because, again, to raise awareness about stroke is the only way we can prevent it. Prevention is awareness. And again, when you know better, you do better. So that's what I'm trying to do is just put the information out there. What you choose to do with it is up to you. But I am in hopes that nobody, because I wouldn't wish stroke on my enemy. This is not fun and it's not for the weak. Hell, it ain't even for the strong. I ain't want it. But couldn't nobody do it like me. So I guess, you know what I'm saying, strength had to come through in the building and show you what it looked like. But this information I got off of strokerecoveryfoundation.org, and I also got it off the CDC. But because 4 out of 5 strokes are preventable. Let's be clear. Everybody don't have to go through this, but a lot of us go through this because, like for me, I wasn't taking my meds because my doctors kept switching it. And although my mom died from a stroke when I was 10 and my daddy had a stroke, nobody still really taught me what that meant and how to prevent it until my sister tried to teach me, but I was too hard-headed because I thought, I'm young. This won't happen to me. Well, I didn't really think like that, but I thought I was young and I just didn't pay enough attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to teach you and encourage you because I don't want you to have to go through this. It's not fun. When I tell you it's not fun, I just make it look easy. Therapists say that all the time. Like, Joy, you make it look so easy. It's not. So don't think it's easy. But I want you to prevent it if you can. And one of the ways to prevent it is watching what you eat because obesity is real, especially in our kids. It starts young, guys. You got to stop letting these kids just drink all this juice and drink all this pop and eat all these snacks. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but everything got to be in moderation. So I'm encouraging you to please, please, please watch what your kids are eating, drinking, everything. And you too, you are the leader. You lead by example. So if they're watching you go eat at fast food restaurants every day because don't nobody want to cook, or they watching you eat chips and all this every day, all day, you're not setting a good example. So I'm calling you out and telling you, fall back, let's do better, make better choices so we can break the cycle because don't nobody need to be going through this. Kids have strokes too. Don't think, I used to think that strokes was just for old people. They not. I was only 31 and I've met stroke survivors who was even younger than that. So it does not discriminate against age, race, none of that. So please, please, please watch what you're giving your kids. Remember that this food that we're eating out here, none of us got farms like we used to back in the day. So everybody hitting the grocery store, which is cool. But try your best to avoid so much processed foods like canned goods and anything that's not fresh. Really try to avoid it. I'm not saying like not to ever eat it, but again, everything in moderation. Too much of anything is bad for you, even water, called water intoxication. So again, too much of anything. So try to avoid processed foods. Read the labels. We got so much stuff in the US that I'm learning from having friends in other countries that is actually banded or is against the law over there. And that tells you how much our government cares about us. If you give us everything that say biodegradable, like if you really look at your labels when you go buy your food, you'll start to understand that this government can give zero fucks about what you're consuming. So you have to know what you're consuming. And that's why all the stuff that's good for you costs more money. And that's also why you don't wait until your food supply get low. Because if you wait till it get too low and then you got to go try to replenish all this food, that's too much money, which makes you not want to buy it. Then you start buying the cheap stuff that's not the good stuff. So it's just, it's, I don't know. It's, I don't know. I can't think of the word stroke brain, but it's things to this it's steps to this. And one steps I was thinking, but that's what it's going to be today. So that's one of the things. Also, regular exercise is important. 20 minutes a day could save your life. Okay. Go take a little walk around the block. It ain't got to be nothing strenuous. You ain't got to go crazy. You ain't got to do nothing you ain't never done before. Ain't nobody telling you to break your body down. None of that. Just little things, small things add up to monumental gains. So you just have to start wherever you can. Don't limit yourself. Don't say what you can't do. Literally start wherever you can. If you can't really get out your bed that good, start in your bed and do some leg lifts, do some sit-ups, do whatever it is you can do in your bed, but just don't not do nothing. Something is always better than nothing. Okay? That's my point. Exercise regularly. That don't mean every single day. That just means at least 3 times a week. Okay? Just 3 times a week. Hold on, honey. I didn't see what you said. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Your mom had one. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, honey. But don't be sorry. I love my mother. But my mother told me she was going to die with a pipe in her mouth because she was on drugs. The monkey was on her back real bad. And I forgive her. But my mom being dead is kind of what gives me my fuel for fire. I'm named after her. My name is Cynthia, too. And her not being here, but the fact that I'm here tells me that there was a purpose for me. And that's one of the things that helped me get my ass up out that hospital bed and not, woe is me. It was like, well, why not me? I'm the only one who can do it like this because can't nobody rock a stroke like this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was rough and all that. But don't feel sorry for me, Sugarfoot, because it was a blessing in disguise. Because had my mama still been here, ain't no telling real talk of what I'd be like right now. So, let's see. You're a great motivational speaker as well. I love your spirit, cousin. Thank you, baby. She said shit. But yes, honey. So even that, stuff like that is all about how you perceive it, right? For a long time, I was really sad that I didn't have a mom and all this kind of stuff. And I still have my moments, don't get me wrong. But the fact that my kids still have me and the fact that I still have this and the energy and all the stuff that I still possess, I know that's what my mama left me with. Because anybody who knew her is always like, Joy, you act just like your mama. So even though I don't remember her like that, I know her spirit is living through me. So again, I'm saying all this to say, do not give up on yourself. We got to just take little steps because 4 out of 5 strokes is preventable. And I don't want nobody to go through this. If you smoke, okay, and I'm talking about cigarettes. I'm talking about tobacco products in general. Because I ain't no proof about weed. So I ain't even stunned about that. Ain't no proof that weed hurt nobody. But these cigarettes, these tobacco products is killing us, y'all. And if you're smoking cigarettes, I'm not here to judge you by no means. But I'm here to tell you, if you can, fall back. Fall back from cigarettes because smoking makes your blood vessels either narrow, which means you don't get a good flow, or it makes them too thick. So you don't want either problem because I had a bleed, which means I bled out and it wasn't fun. So I'm saying that to say, slow down with your smoking. I get it. It's habit. A lot of us, because I started smoking when I was 13 and it took a long time. I think I smoked for like 20 years. Even after my stroke, I was still smoking because it was hard. It was truly hard. But then some of me clicked and it was like, well, you beat a stroke. So if I can beat a stroke, I can beat some fucking nicotine. So then I started cussing at myself and like really like that was me motivating myself. But here I am. So, It's just you got to start somewhere. You might have setbacks because I've definitely had them. Well, I'm like, girl, give me a cigarette, especially if I'm sipping a little something. So I'm not gonna pretend. You know what I'm saying? I hate to do that and try to pretend with you, but I am telling you to fall back, especially if you're smoking more than a pack a day, because that's definitely too much. So, um, find out what it is that make you keep smoking. It's something that's triggering to you that make you keep smoking. Figure that part out, and once you figure that part out, then you can move on to the next thing and actually break that cycle, because you don't want to keep it going, because again, I don't wish this on the enemy. It's nothing fun about it. So, let me continue with this thing. Doing these strokes. Also cut back your drinking. Speaking of the drinking, cut back everything that you're doing that's not good for your body. Just cut it back. I'm not telling you to stop, because you're grown, and Jesus drank wine, but everything is in moderation. Too much of anything is bad for you. So don't wake up having a beer. Don't wake up to smoke a square. Don't even wake up to smoke a blunt. Don't wake up to do none of that. Wake up, put some water in your body. Feed yourself some nourishment. Put a little exercise on your plate. Maybe even start with 10 minutes if you ain't got 20 minutes in you. But start somewhere. Just start somewhere. Prevention is key, okay? Now I'm going to go to these other facts that I got, that only 10% of people actually completely recover from a stroke. So if you completely recover, kudos to you, great job. But I fell into the 90%. 90% of us have major or minor deficits where we actually need somebody to help take care of us. I'm blessed and fortunate enough not to need nobody to take care of me. But right now I kind of do, because I'm limited with one side of my body. And it was due to stroke. I didn't have another stroke, but because of stroke, I had to have surgery on my foot to help straighten it back out and to be able to get some things back in alignment so I'll be able to move around. So it was due to stroke. So you don't let nothing come into your life and take away from you. So even if you go through something, just take in what you were supposed to receive from it, because every lesson has a blessing behind it. You just got to take it in to know what it is you're supposed to be receiving from it. Because if you don't take it in, guess what's going to happen? Chances are you're going to end up in that same situation again in a different form, but the same situation. So have your eyes wide open so you can see what's up and know what's really hood, because you don't want to keep going through this. Ladies, this is for you. Stroke is the fifth leading cause for women in the U.S. Can't speak for other countries because the U.S. only gave me information on us. But for us girls, I don't know if it's because we stress more, because I'm not trying to be like sexist or anything, but if you really think about it, women have more stresses on their plate than men do with just regular things that's happening. So we are stroke is the fifth leading cause for women in the U.S. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I see the king on the scene. Ah!
Yo, it's been a day. I'll say that it's been a day. How you doing?
I mean, I'm in the building. I'm good. I'm over here with excitement, telling them about the stroke facts. And yeah, I showed them a little bit of my life because it's a struggle over here. But it's part of the repetition. That's what we're talking about right now: repetition and making it fun. So look
Yeah,
like you over there doing some repetition. How you making it fun?
man. Just making jokes the whole time, really. Um, no, but in all seriousness, like in order, because with the stroke, you do the same thing every day, right? So you have to learn to like switch it up, like do things a little differently. Like what I do is I like to sometimes I like to work out in complete silence, right? Let my brain think and let it kind of go into a zen state. Sometimes I like to listen to music. Sometimes I like having a conversation, making jokes. Like for instance, recently I've been doing PT and OT because I'm here at the rehab hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and in order for the monotony, good word, bro. In order for the monotony not to take over, right, and boredom to take over because you're constantly like working, it's to make jokes, and I'm pretty funny, so that seems to get everybody in a better spirit, and it allows me to just take on the seriousness out of it and just have fun for a little bit. And I'm working and having fun at the same time.
That's what's up. I love that. And you brought up something that I didn't talk about before I went into these facts, which is challenges. I love
Mm,
doing challenges. That's when y'all used to see me doing like that wall sit challenge and the jump challenge. Like you got to do stuff like that to make it fun. Because, like you said, this is stuff we do every day. And I wouldn't even say just stroke survivors. I mean, most of us. Because even if going to work every day, like I said, going to work every day is a repeated cycle that just being an adult we got to do because you got fucking bills. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to make that fun on that journey to work. You know what I'm saying? Make it lit. Turn on your jam and have a little moment and get it in the car. Like, So, everything you do get to be fun.
that's one way to do it.
Hey, I get people looking at me all the time when I be in my car driving because I'm always with the music and I be getting it. And sometimes if I get a red light and I know it lasts for a long time, I'll hop out real quick and hit that stroke torque real quick because I do stuff like that.
I'm
Right?
torn.
Don't be twerking, don't be twerking. But but no, right. But so I'm over here going through some stroke facts. So before I go into any more facts, do you want to go into any facts since they kind of been hearing from me a little minute?
Um, did you go over the facts today or
I've
no?
been going over some. I'll let you throw some out there that you got.
Let me see. I'm prepared for everything. I
It's
just
all
came
good.
from a CT scan, and I was like, oh, like I scheduled everything like workout wise to like have this time free for the show, and they're like, oh, last minute, like 12 o'clock. Oh, you're gonna go for a CT scan? And I look at the guy like, okay. And you're like, yeah, you're gonna have to transfer and go to U.S. hospital, get the CT scan, come back, and I'm like, bruh, you're messing up my whole vibe today. You have no idea.
No, but that was cool because you're also showcasing what we're always talking about, adapting to life, because life is always life, and you can't change when life decides to life.
It's always life, and oh my god. Did you say that one when an individual has a stroke?
No, go ahead. I was gonna get to that next. Don't tell them.
Okay, so when an individual has stroke, around 120 million brain cells die quickly, and they your average compared to the average cell loss. So meaning when you have a stroke, you're you lose 120 million brain cells rapidly, like quickly. Um,
Mhm.
the brain ages 3.6 years in the time that you had from 1 hour of not getting treatment. So imagine that, like each hour is 3.6 years. I didn't know this. 3.6 years added to your life in your brain, right? So
Mhm.
right now, technically speaking, I have a 30, almost a 40-year-old brain.
Yeah.
And I didn't, wow, I didn't even think about that. Cool. And who knows? I don't know how long it took me when I had the stroke to when I got to the hospital and they started treating me. It could be even longer than that. Excuse me.
Yeah, he just straight swallowed the wrong way, y'all. Catch that.
I'm over here trying to rush and okay, I'm here now. So um, these are things that I didn't know about. Like we become our own best advocate, right, for our own health care when we have a stroke.
But
Um, you can't rely on everybody else to do the work for you. You gotta do it.
that's how it goes, though. You never know nothing usually until you actually going through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it usually takes that. And that's what we're trying to do right now, though, guys. We're trying to raise awareness and prevent you from going through the same things we went through because I learned today and finding all this research and my brother sending me some research. Every 40 seconds, somebody in the US have a stroke. So
Yeah,
imagine just being on this recording right now with you watching us talk about stroke. How many people just had a stroke?
yeah.
And then 90% of them gonna have deficits. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And then you know how many of them fighting to try to get some disability afterwards? It's a struggle out here.
I'm going through the same thing.
It's listen, it's hard. So again, we just trying to raise a little awareness and want you to be faster. That's the acronym. We want you to be faster so that you never
Oh,
have to.
to piggyback off what you said, the 40 seconds, right? Every 3 minutes and 14 seconds, someone dies from a stroke. So not only every 40 seconds somebody's having a stroke, every 3 minutes and 20 seconds roughly, someone's dying from a stroke. So put that into your calculations. It can happen to everybody. We're all lucky to be here, and we thank our lucky stars above that we're still here. But like some of us aren't. Some of us had a one and done. They had the stroke and they screwed.
That
They
was my
checked out.
mama. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's real out here. And it's important that you watch things like your cholesterol, your diabetes. If you have heart disease or anything, you got to watch that. And if I can't stress anything to you, if I can't stress nothing, take your medicine. Let me make sure I say this again. If I
What?
can't stress nothing else
No.
to you, I want the lady to leave.
She's gone. She's
If I
gone.
can't stress nothing else to you guys, I'm stressing to you. Take your medicine. Please take your medicine. That is the one thing that set me in this very position. Take your medicine. Understand from the horse's mouth. Medicine is trial and error. Your doctor is a human just like you, so they have to figure out what works for you. So don't get upset like I did when they can't find out right away. Just give it time. Be patient with your doctors and yourself because everybody's learning together. Okay? Take your medicine, please. Please, please.
And honestly speaking, this is from my own experience. I knew about my high blood pressure because it runs in my family. But I knew about mine 2017, 2018, and I didn't take it seriously at all.
And why didn't you take it serious, you think?
Because I felt fine.
You was young and you was like, I'm fine.
And I'm fine. I felt fine. And it was one of those things that should have been took my high blood pressure medicine. And I probably could have avoided it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, woulda, coulda, shoulda, because who knows. But I definitely would have been more preventive, right, from having it if I was on my high blood pressure. Because that was like a major contributor to me having stroke.
Man, too. But and it wasn't even that I knew about high blood pressure. I knew, but again, if nobody educates you on what that means and why it's important that you really pay attention, you know what I mean? Like my sister tried to tell me, but because she was my sister, I didn't listen to it because my sister is paranoid about everything, to be honest. So I was like, she just be paranoid. So I didn't do my part. So that's why this is so important for us to remind you guys to just listen to your body. Even if sometimes it ain't talking to you, listen to your doctors. Put in that work with exercising 3 times a week. It ain't got to be nothing strenuous and crazy. Little things add up, you know what I'm saying? And your cholesterol, the food you're eating, so much pop, go to water, and just it's little things like that that helps you prevent what you may possibly go through. I never want nobody in this position because to have to learn how to walk, talk, swallow, it was all hard for me, y'all. And I know I make it look easy, but I promise you, it's not easy having all these doctor's appointments and having to get surgeries and just having to go through all of this and not being able to do certain things that I want to do because my body won't allow it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So this is me just encouraging you because I never want you to have a stroke. So just do better with yourselves. Watch what you're eating. Drink more water. Take your medicine. Watch your cholesterol. Watch your diabetes. Take your medicine. I'm going to say that 8,000 more times to take your medicine because had I just took mine, this will not be a thing for me. And had I took it or like wisdom, had we took it more serious, not thinking we're young and I feel okay because I was the same way. I was 31 and because I was going to the gym on a regular, I wasn't taking that medicine and I thought, well, I'll be all right because I'm working out. Well, that ain't how it goes. So again, reminders, guys, every 40 seconds, somebody is having a stroke. Every 3 minutes, 14 seconds, somebody is dying from a stroke. 90% of us are left with deficits. Only 10% really recover. So, bro, what's going on over there?
The struggle of doing a live show when you're in the hospital. Like, I swear to God, bro.
Look, that's the beauty.
I can't even be mad, right? Because he's doing his job. But I'm like, what the, you know?
Look, I was the same way with my doctor. I'll mute myself, like, come back. Can you just come back?
I'm like, bruh, make it quick. Okay.
Thanks, wisdom.
Yeah. Thank you, Rosanna. I don't know for what.
No, because she
But
said that when you had gave her the first information about your stroke and stuff.
oh yeah. You're welcome. That threw me for a loop. But anyway, yeah, take your doctor's advice seriously, right? I know you were touching base on that, but we're not doctors, we're not nurses, we're not even therapists. We don't know what we're talking about, right? We're a best advocate now that we had the stroke, and we kind of know how our bodies react to certain things, and vice versa. But I wish I would have been more wary of the advice. They would give me high blood pressure, lisinopril back in 2017, 18. And I didn't take it because I was young, dumb, and reckless. You know what I mean? So I strongly advocate if you're in your 20s, 30s, it doesn't matter. Like stroke doesn't affect just older people anymore. It affects everyone.
Everyone. One of
Did
our
you say
friends
that?
that I know who had a stroke. I won't say no names, but we have a friend who's a stroke survivor, and they were 7 when they had their stroke. So, as Wisdom said, it does not care about your age, even if you're in your teens. Take care of your body. We think oftentimes that we're young, nothing's gonna happen because we're young, or people think, oh well, you 30, you old as hell. Because I thought that too when I was 13. About 30-year-old people, I thought they was old, but I wasn't that far behind, and I didn't realize. So
I wish I was so arrogant. Like when I was younger, and somebody was like, "I'm 32." I'm like, "Yo, you old." I'm 36 now, and I'm like, I hope they don't see me like that because I don't feel that way.
right, but they see us as old as hell. Let me see. I was 44 birth age, my spirit age about 33. You 31. You are stronger than you know. V than B.
Okay.
I know that was a typo, but I had to read it how it was, Sugarfoot. But thank you, honey. I think I understand that we were all strong. Fact,
Yeah.
no matter what age we were. But no, guys, that you can be 18 and you can have a stroke and not even know that it's coming. You don't feel them when they come on. Like, not everybody. I was blessed to feel my foot tingle and knew I had to call and say I don't feel right. And had I not did that, I would have been on the floor for too long and probably wouldn't have recovered this much. But
Yeah.
yeah, just know you don't feel it coming. So it's important that you just really take heed to what your doctors say and just try your best to take better care of your body and make sure you put some greens in there and not so much processed food or canned foods because none of that stuff is good for you.
And watch your sodium intake and added sugar intake. Those are like big ones.
Yep, and that's why I say fall back if you can from cans and stuff like that because it all have that's high sodium and high sugar. So if you can start getting fresh and frozen, that's what I recommend. I'm not trying to change or scare you, but I am trying to make you aware of what could possibly happen because we never want you in that situation because it's just not not a fun place to be. And one of the things that's not fun that we was talking about was these repeated exercises. This is the thing that we have to do. That's repetition, and it's just not fun, and it's a headache, but it has to be done. So just do your best to never be in this situation. And anything that you have to do in this life that you find that you have to do repeatedly, make it fun, no matter what it is.
Absolutely.
Make it fun.
And I'm sorry I came so late, but it was out of my hands.
Yeah, no, life is life. Life is life. It does what it does. But this is always the best part of it because people get to see us in our raw form and get to see how we adapt to life when it come at you. Because again, life gonna always be life. So how you gonna handle it when life come your way? Are we gonna be like, oh my God? Or you gonna handle it and do what's necessary? Just like Wisdom muted the mic and did what was necessary. He could have easily just was like, I'm gonna go and left, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He just muted it and did what was necessary and came right back. So that's how you live life. Mute whatever is blocking what you need to do, mute that If it's extra noise, mute that. Do what's necessary, and then go back to whatever it is you want to do. And that's just real talk, y'all. Can't stress it enough.
That was a good metaphor. Mute that. We definitely need to like make a little T-shirt or something. When life gets too noisy, mute that.
I'm about to add it to the store. Don't even trip. Let me put this in my notes while we're thinking about it.
But y'all see, oh man, guys, next week I will be home, cross my fingers, and I'll be at my regular setup with my regular old chair, and everything will be good and dandy. But yeah, I'm so ready to get home. I am so ready. But while I'm here, I'm gonna work my tail off. I can promise you that.
Good job. We're proud of you. We're glad you're still here. And again, guys, don't forget to make life fun no matter what it is that you do. And 4 out of 5 strokes are preventable. So do what's necessary to prevent your stroke or a stroke, and then pass on the knowledge. So that way we can help it from spreading. But this has been a show, and I appreciate you guys. Let's put that crown on. Put your crown on, baby. Put that lantern inside your crown. Turn that light up. It's going to radiate over your body. Anything negative going to bounce back, and you ain't accepting that. I love y'all. We love y'all. Have a great rest of the day. Stay blessed.